When it comes to planning, what I like to say is do it first thing in the morning or as soon as you can. And well, today I find myself doing the second one, the as soon as you can. You see, this morning we were up early, had our coffee, and then out the door. And now I find myself here. It was necessary to go to my partner's workspace, so here I am. And I found a room. I hope it's not too echoey. And I'm finally sitting down to do my planning. But I thought I would share this with you to share with you one idea on how to do a planning session and what I think is a good thing different good things to include in that planning session. So that's what this video is going to be all about, is what I call my morning routine, my morning planning routine, but I call it just the morning routine. So what I do in my morning routine is I review certain elements in my day planner in order to plan the day, find what needs to be on my to-do list and make sure it's there. I also check appointments that are coming so I know what's coming up in my day or possibly coming up later on in the week. And I do this all by going through a certain process, certain set of things that I review. So we're going to do that right now. We're going to talk about what those are. The very first thing that I like to look at is my calendar, the current calendar, and see where I am in the calendar days. What appointments have I got today? What appointments might I have tomorrow or later in the week? Because sometimes for those appointments, there are things that need to be done in order to prepare for them, whether it's actually tasks that need to be done or scheduling, working out scheduling conflicts with your family members and that sort of thing. So I always want to make sure I check my calendar, what's coming up. I have managed to avoid missing things that were tasks or appointments because I'd see them and I was like, oh, I got that coming. That's this week. And I make a note. It just jogs my memory as well, which is really helpful. Then what I do is I will look at a month plan. So separate from my calendar, I actually have a page where I will plan things that I either need to do in the month or things that I want to do in the month. And I will look and see what did I have planned for this month that I need to get done or want to get done. And while I'm there, I will also update the tracking tools that I've got and make sure it's up to date and see whether I've missed any, and just even to see, well, how am I doing with what I'm trying to do, what I say I want to do. That's my planning calendar. I always have a look at that. I look at my weekly planning calendar because I actually have a week plan. So there are things that I either need to do or want to do. Appointments, just keeps me on track with, just generally speaking, what's in the week. And all of these things serve as ways to not miss appointments and ways to be ready for whatever I've got going on. I also have tracking on those pages, a little different than my month plan, and I will update that as well. And I take from my weekly plan, put things onto my daily page. So all of these feed onto my to-do list on the daily page. I will also then move to thinking about my meals for the day, because I have found that if I can think about it's better to think about my meals ahead of time, because if I'm hungry and I haven't figured out what I'm going to eat, a lot of times I will default to generally easier things that are usually not as good for me. So in the morning, I try to think about my day and what I could eat. So that has become part of my morning routine, is what's an idea for the meals, for breakfast, for lunch, and dinner. And that's been really helpful for me, because then when I get into that moment of I'm hungry, it's like, oh yeah, I figured I would eat these items. And then it's just so much better. I definitely find that. I also will, one of the things I've tried to do is have a glass of water in the morning before I have anything else. And so I've put that in my daily routine, actually, is to just note whether I did that, because it's sort of I like check marks. I don't know if this is true or not, but apparently if we can check something off, we get a little endorphin release in the brain. I have no scientific study to reference that. I heard it. I like the idea. Even if it's not true, it still makes me feel prompted to try and do that. So I want to have my water in the morning, and I like to go, yep, I did it. So that's in my little morning routine spot as well. I go through all of those, and once I've finished that, I feel like I know what I'm doing in my day. I know that I'm not going to miss appointments. I know I need to make sure of my timings so I get to work on time or whatever I've got going on in the day. I will think about my day, and it just helps me get set, feel grounded, feel ready for my day. And this routine I've been doing just as I've described it for a few years. I mean, I always planned in my day, but it was a little on the haphazard side, but I've really locked into check my calendar, check my monthly plan, check my weekly plan, update those with the tracking elements, make the notes in my day on my daily side, the to-do list, plan my meals, and then I am ready to move on to whatever is next in my day. I hope this is helpful for you. I encourage you, plan it first thing in the morning, or like me today, in my case, as soon as I can. And it's now, I started this video, and I actually am going to do my planning next, because my video was going to be first, and I wanted to get it done. But it's 11:30, it's actually 11:45 now, noon. And, you know, I planned this video, and then I'm into my planning, and I'm going to look at my calendar and everything I just told you about. That's it for now. I hope you have a fantastic day, a fantastically planned day, and you can build in spontaneous stuff. Can you build in spontaneous stuff? You can have moments where you can do whatever you want, put it that way. But make sure you get done what you need to get done so you can relax and enjoy your day. That's it. That's for this video. I'm Deanna. If you found this helpful, let me know in the comments. Do you do any sort of planning morning routine? What do you do? Do you plan every day? Let me know. I'd love to hear from you. And if you did find this helpful, please hit that like button. It helps me produce videos for you, and it lets YouTube know that people are engaged with what I'm doing. Have a great day. See you next time.